Uh, the name you have on the case and who I am, it's two different people.
You want to smile about it and laugh about it? Take him back.
Laugh.
We'll call him out later. Take him back. You keep laughing. You laugh one more time, that's 30 days. Go contempt. Look it up. I'm not threatening you. Say one more word and that's contempt. 30 days. 30 days.
All right, folks, buckle up, because this hearing right here, it's one of the most chaotic sovereign citizen showdowns you're ever going to see. We've got a defendant who thinks he's smarter than the court, and a judge who's about to show him just how wrong he is. It starts off simple enough. The judge asks this man the most basic of questions, and what does he do? He smirks, he laughs, he treats the entire courtroom like it's a comedy club. But let me tell you something. Judge Simpson doesn't play those here.
Seems to be some confusion.
What's the confusion?
I've stated multiple times on the record that I wish to represent myself.
Well, I thought we got rid of that issue the last.
Yeah, I thought so too. I spoke to this gentleman right here and expressed my wish to represent myself as well.
All right. Well, if he doesn't want you, I mean, we'll figure that out in a moment. So, Mr. Styron, we're going to go through this again. What do we want to do in this case? You understand what you charged with, sir?
I understand what the charges are against me, yeah.
Okay, look, you're going to have to give me straightforward answers to my questions because I've got to make sure that you understand certain things. I got to do certain things here.
From my understanding,
You understand, first of all, that if you do indeed direct, you want to smile about it and laugh about it, take him back.
laugh.
We'll call him out later. Take him back. You keep laughing. You laugh one more time, that's 30 days. Go contempt. Look it up.
Games. The second this guy cracks a smile at the wrong time, the judge doesn't even hesitate. You laugh one more time, that's 30 days. Boom. Contempt. Just like that. And honestly, I don't blame him. You can't sit in a courtroom facing serious charges and act like it's all a big joke. But here's the thing. This man doesn't just laugh once. Oh no, he keeps pushing. He keeps trying to argue that the name on the case and who he really is are two different people. Classic sovereign citizen nonsense. They always claim they're some living man, separate from their legal name, as if saying those magic words.
State your name.
My name is Thomas Styron, living man.
Mr. Styron, you are before the court. You have elected to represent yourself. I do have to advise you that you have 3 counts against you. The first count is that of fleeing and eluding 3rd degree under the motor vehicle code. Do you understand the nature of that charge, sir?
This is under the assumption that you're compelling me to identify as Thomas York Styron, the legal entity on this case.
I believe that you are. Do you understand the nature of the charge, sir?
I don't understand how the name you have on the case and who I am, it's two different people.
I have a complaint, Thomas Styron II. Do you understand that that individual is charged with fleeing and eluding 3rd degree?
So,
do you understand the nature of that charge? You just need to answer my question.
For the record,
take him back, and when he decides he wants to cooperate, we'll bring him back, maybe. I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Words somehow makes charges disappear. But Judge Simpson, he's had enough of it. You can almost see the patience draining out of him as he tries to get this defendant to give a straight answer. And instead of cooperating, the guy doubles down, refusing to answer questions, dodging everything, and hiding behind his bizarre pseudo-legal theories. And then it happens again. The judge warns him, one more outburst, one more interruption. And it's another 30 days. And what does our sovereign citizen do?
Recalls case, people of the state of Michigan versus Thomas Styron II. Styron, you are before the court on a felony complaint that does allege count one. And I'm going to presume, since you do not want to answer the court's questions, that you understand English and understand what I'm saying. You are before the court on three charges. Count one is the charge of fleeing and eluding third degree. Under the Michigan Motor Vehicle Code, that is a felony punishable by up to 5 years incarceration, a $1,000 fine plus court cost, and would require the Secretary of State to suspend your license for up to 1 year upon conviction. Count two is assaulting, resisting, and obstructing a police officer. That is a felony or high court misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years incarceration and or a $2,000 fine plus court cost. Count three is a misdemeanor offense of operating with a license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor as indicated, punishable by up to 93 days, $500 fine plus court cost. Your vehicle could be subject to immobilization. Since you refused previously to answer my acknowledgement as to whether you understand that, I will assume that you understand what you're charged with. You are also entitled to be represented by counsel at this and all subsequent proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney would be provided at public expense to represent you in this matter. You are entitled, as indicated, to be represented at this proceeding, all subsequent proceedings, including your preliminary examination, and if the matter were to proceed by trial, you would be entitled to counsel. It is, as we have gone through the previous proceedings, the court's understanding that you do not wish to be represented by counsel, and that this matter will then proceed forth with you representing yourself. I have to advise you that in representing yourself, the court will make the presumption that you understand the Michigan court rules, those regarding both procedure and those regarding evidence. The court will not be providing any legal assistance to you during the course of those proceedings and will hold you to the same standards that I would hold an attorney representing or practicing before this court. So, with all of that, and with the court's understanding that you do not want to be represented by counsel, I will set this matter for its next proceeding.
You understand I'm the beneficiary, not the trustee, right?
That will be the preliminary examination. I will set the preliminary examination. Has discovery been provided to the defendant?
Your Honor, he was previously represented by the public defender. I don't know if they turned over the paperwork to him.
Does anybody from the public defender's office know whether or not the defendant has been provided discovery? Mr. Odetella. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Your Honor, we have the discovery. I have not been able to share that discovery with Mr. Styron. I tried to speak with him and go over it, but I'd be happy to turn that over to him at first available.
All right. If you would either turn that over to the court officer so that they can provide that to Mr. Styron so that he has the discovery. And if you could do that today, I would appreciate it.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm setting the preliminary examination. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
The people would have their witnesses available June 11th. Set this matter for preliminary examination in person, June 11th, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before me. Defendant, as he was leaving the courtroom the last time, the court did find the defendant in contempt, sentenced him to 30 days. The defendant will serve that sentence. The court will sign the judgment of sentence regarding the contempt.
I don't understand how that's possible. Like I said,
So first of all, watch your
language. You're treating me as if I'm the trustee, or I don't want to partake in any trust fraud or anything like that. Is this a Sesquive trust matter involved in this? Is my Social Security number attached to this at all? Go figure.
Mr. Styron, or whoever you wish to be addressed as, I'd suggest that you watch yourself because there's going to be more time coming. You keep it up. You will learn how to conduct yourself appropriately in these proceedings in this courtroom and before me. You will not in any manner whatsoever
You're trying to compel me to be somebody I'm not.
Or this
You
institution.
have no evidence
It will not
to prove that
happen.
I'm who you say I
You
am.
will not talk to me in that fashion.
In what fashion? I'm not the one being unethical.
Very good. You'll serve the 30 days. We'll see. We'll see him on the 6th. Bond continued.
Do exactly what you'd expect. He digs his own hole even deeper. Now let's pause here for a second. Watching this, I couldn't help but think, does this man actually want to go to jail? Because it sure looks like he's begging for it. Every time the judge opens the door for him to save himself, he slams it shut with sarcasm, smirks, and ridiculous arguments. It's like common sense is completely allergic to him. But here's where it really gets interesting. Judge Simpson isn't about to let this whole case get derailed. He lays out the charges crystal clear: fleeing and eluding, resisting, and obstructing an officer and driving with a suspended license. Serious stuff. But instead of responding, this guy goes right back to his "that's not my name" routine, as if repeating it enough times is going to magically erase 3 criminal charges. And right there, you can see the tension boiling. The judge is done. The defendant is clueless. And the hearing? It's about to take a sharp turn. So after all that smirking and dodging, the judge finally lays everything out for him. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He tells him flat out, "You're looking at felony charges, prison time, thousands in fines, license suspension." This isn't a game, but the defendant is still stuck in his own fantasy world. When Judge Simpson explains the penalties, the man just stands there, refusing to answer. That's when the judge makes it official. Since he won't cooperate, the court will. Assume he understands English, understands the charges, and will now represent himself. And that's about the worst decision anyone can make in a felony case. But sovereign citizens think they know better, right? The judge even goes out of his way to warn him. If you represent yourself, you'll be held to the exact same standards. As a lawyer, no exceptions. Translation? The court isn't going to hold his hand, and his pseudo-lawyer routine won't save him. But instead of snapping back to reality, this guy just keeps spiraling. He starts talking about trusts, social security numbers, even accusing the judge of trying to compel him to be someone he's not. It's the same sovereign citizen script we've seen 100 times, but Judge Simpson isn't having it. You can almost hear the frustration in his voice when he cuts him off. Watch yourself, because there's going to be more time coming. And honestly, that's the moment right there. The courtroom falls silent. Everyone knows the judge means business. This defendant just burned every bridge he had. And sure enough, Judge Simpson locks it in. 30 days for contempt. No argument. No wiggle room. That's his new reality. Now here's the thing. I know some of you are probably thinking, shouldn't he have gotten more? And honestly, I agree. With the attitude he had, I half expected the judge to double it on the spot. But maybe that was the strategy. Give him just enough rope to hang himself again at the next hearing. Because let's be real here, sovereign citizens don't back down. They keep pushing until they crash and burn. And this guy, he's the perfect example of how not to act in a courtroom. Instead of showing even a shred of respect, he turned the whole thing into a circus. And for what? 30 days in jail, and a judge who now has 0 patience left for him. At the end of the day, this case proves one thing. Walking into a courtroom with made-up laws and smug grins is a guaranteed way to lose. Judges have one job: keep order. And if you don't play by the rules, well, you saw what happens. So here's my question to you guys. Do you think 30 days was enough? Or should Judge Simpson have gone harder on him right then and there? Let me know in the comments, because I've got a feeling opinions on this one are going to be all over the place. And as always, if you enjoy seeing these sovereign citizens crash and burn in real time, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Because trust me, there are plenty more of these courtroom disasters to come.